All right, so I'm trying to do this sideways with my phone in my car studio. I got all sorts of electronics wherever I go. So, oh yeah, I can't see it all, but Charlie Kirk, when he spoke, the impetus of what he talked about is, what does it mean to be American? What does it mean to be a good Christian? What are the values you hold? Why do you hold those values? Are those values worth having? Are you really living up to the principles or the values you say you are? Or are you projecting them as if you are, yet you're probably not actually living up to them? And that's hard. Few people live up to their own standards. And it's very hard to, everybody has an idea about who they are. And some people are closer to that. What do I want to say? Jesus Christ was a real person. Regardless of what I believe about God, I do believe there was a man named Jesus Christ. And I do believe the New Testament, Paul, Luke, John, Matthew. Which other ones are there? Anyways. So Charlie Kirk wasn't about condemning people. He was about, this is how I live. These are my principles. This is what I believe. How am I wrong? What do you believe? This is why I don't think that's a good way to be. But in the end of the day, it was about self-improvement, focusing on yourself. And here, that's the big problem I've seen for a long time with the left and women. And it could be because they're moms. And they have to, you raise kids. And the men are supposed to be examples, and the moms are supposed to be because classically the men would be out hunting, and, or working. Women weren't in the workforce per se to World War II, and women's emancipation was less than 100 years ago. So when you raise children and you're 25 or 30 and your children are 2, 4, 6 or 2, 8, 9, I fucking hope you're right. I hope you know when they're, you understand, better than they do what's going on, whether they're lying or just, learning. So that's the way to say it. Women generally, as the mother, are the corrective. Don't do that. Don't, put one hand on your lap when you're eating dinner. No elbows on the table. Chew with your mouth shut. Cover your face. The mother, because she has to be so close to the infant in the first 18 months or whatever, is the corrective, is the behavior corrective. The father is the role model they watch. Strength, hard work, stoic, whatever. I mean, depends what, every dad's a little different. And I'm just saying classically. So mothers have this inherent, it becomes a habit in many ways, which, for your kids are great. But what happens to these women when the kids are gone? They've got a good life. Their kids are probably doing all right. And so they think that they should boss everyone around. And then they get in groups of similar women. And then they start telling the world how to be. Passing all sorts of crazy laws. Be kind. See, having an expectation of strangers and citizens as if they're a family. And if they misbehave, these fucking Karens jump your shit as if that was proper public behavior, and it's not. I can't stand single moms. They talk to me like I'm a 6-year-old. They expect me to censor my, not just the bad words. Okay, that'd be, hey, watch your language. Oh, okay, that corrective, right? But they take it too far. They say I shouldn't talk about certain things, or they don't like my take on it. And since I differ from them and their moms, I must be a bad person. Because how can you think differently? And seriously, I've been saying for years, women are the problem. Women vote like 70% Democrat. And they're creating monsters. And the point of this, I digress. Christian ethics, I always tell people, nowhere in the Bible does it say snitch on your neighbor. This is important. The Soviet Union, 1 out of 4 people were informants. In the German Nazi government or country, 1938 Germany, 1 out of 3 were so if you had a family of 5, one of these motherfuckers has the ear of a government official and will turn you in. Imagine that. And that's a big reason why these societies fail. Instead of mind your own, improve yourself, and help your neighbor, they get to a point where I'm Little Miss Perfect, and my neighbor's fucking up, and if I tell on them, I get status with the government, with the people in power, because I told on someone, because I'm correcting their behavior because they're not behaving right. And that's why societies fail, because now you can't trust your neighbor. If you've ever been in the farmland, if you've ever been out of town in America, farmers help each other, right? They don't tell on each other. They don't sit there and go, oh my God, is he using too much water over there? No, the government does that. But if a farmer's in trouble, broken down tractor, has to build a fence and his kid's off to college and you can use a hand, things of this nature, they help each other. It's not even a question. They wave to each other. If you're in the countryside and you're driving down the road and you see someone, wave at them, because then they'll go, oh, okay, they're one of us. You say, hey, yeah, it's okay to be friendly because we're all friendly, because we're not government informants. We're not snitches. Nowhere in the Bible does it say snitch on your neighbor. It says take care of yourself. Let God handle others. This is a big reason why I'm against snitching. Now, it's just, you don't do it. Now if you're a witness to a murder, you testify. Look, I'm not saying you don't testify when called upon. Or if you see something that's, if you see a murder, a hit and run, a burglar coming out of a window, yeah, you call the police. But there's a line of etiquette where you're no longer doing your civic duty. You're a do-gooder. Thoreau, Henry David Thoreau, wrote, if I knew for certain a do-gooder was coming to my house to save my life, to save my soul, I'd run for my life. What's happening here is you have an infected ideology that claims certain principles, but actions are louder than words. These women just talk. Words. But as soon as something horrible happens, they celebrate it. That's not kindness. So many areas. Blah, 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 Cameron this, blah. Roseanne Barr. The Roseanne Show. She said, hey, that chick kind of looks like a monkey. It was a Jew. Roseanne Barr's a Jew. She didn't know. It was the a light-skinned African-American. Roseanne tweeted that. I think she looks like a monkey. Not even knowing she's African-American. And if you look at her, you can see, yeah. Roseanne was tweeting while she was on a bunch of pain pills and blah, blah, blah. She said, I'm sorry. That was outlandish. I didn't know. I wasn't trying to say that. They canceled her off her own show. The Roseanne Show. For one tweet about calling someone a monkey. She looks like a monkey. And because it's a light-skinned, somewhat African-American person, they took her off her show. Don't talk to me about both sides do it. We're not at a both sides do it moment in time. And trust me, back in the late 80s, early 90s, the religious right was going off the hook. We had some Nazis up in the woods. We had the Christian Bible Belt. We had the 700 Club, Cameron Faye Baker, and all that fucking cheating and fucking and sinning while you're the head of the fucking huge Christian movement. And then you got the pedophiles in the Catholic Church that they're just moving them around. Trust me, the pendulum of who's fucking up and who's not living up to their fucking name, right or left, is real. But right now, the left is the Catholic Church of 1997, and they're looking the other way, and they're infected with people who are dishonest and milking it for all it's worth, trying to change America into what they think America should be, whether you like it or not. And they accuse us of what they are doing. And Charlie Kirk, you shot the wrong guy. You shot the wrong guy. If that bullet would have hit Trump, our country was fucked. But that's it. If that bullet would have hit Trump, our country would have been fucked. And but because it was Charlie Kirk doesn't have a history of cheating on his wife, of declaring bankruptcy and being involved in a stupid fucking college that was more of a scam. Trump's got some history that isn't all that great. No one's perfect, but and so if he would have got shot, a lot of things would have crumbled. I don't know. I'm not sure I don't know what would happen if he got shot. I just don't think it would have been good. It's not good that Charlie Kirk got shot. God damn it, it's not. But you shot the wrong guy. We just want you to admit that you've got a hatred in your ideology, in your party, that is not only un-American, it's not a worthy attribute. It's not the way Americans, it's not the way any citizenry of any congregation of any should feel about each other. And it's a mind virus. The Parasitical Mind by Dr. Gad Saad, a evolutionary PhD evolutionary in psychology. I've read the book. It's called The Parasitical Mind. You get infected. I don't even agree with Charlie on everything. But anyways, the Bible says, love thy neighbor. Not snitch on thy neighbor. And in the end, you let God judge them. Vengeance shall be God's, or vengeance shall be mine. Remember Pulp Fiction? That verse, Ezekiel something 26, is talking about the vengeance shall be God's, not man's. Well, you just attacked the shepherd of God. I think the right's going to settle the fuck down, hopefully. Pam Bondi's an idiot. There's a lot of stupid shit going on because no one's perfect. The world's not perfect. But hopefully people on my side, middle left, middle right, can just like addiction, lead by example. As much as it hurt and the loss of such a man for us, we have to lead by example and say we will not become what we hate.